How's it going, everybody? Wayne here, and welcome to the quest for the complete in-box N64 library. I've got 5 games here that are going to be kicking off the collection, and a bunch of boxes that I got in a trade a while back. These will be the first 5 games in the collection, and I'll be doing gameplay footage of all of them, as well as telling you all the prices I paid for each, so you can see how much it costs to put together a complete N64 library. Let's check them out. As you know from my last video, it's no big surprise. First up, we have Monaco Grand Prix. This was $30. I don't know why, but the box and manual for this game are really hard to find, or at least they used to be. Maybe now that they're worth a little bit more, people are starting to sell them more, but this one in particular took me quite a while to track down. Monaco Grand Prix was developed by Ubisoft and released for the N64 in 1999. Along with Windows, PlayStation, and Dreamcast. But what's interesting about this one, they used generic names and generic cars because they didn't have the license to use the official ones in the game. That license was held by Video System at the time, who made F1 World Grand Prix also for the N64. I'm not a huge indie race car fan, but this game is okay for what it is. And if you were an F1 race fan back in 1999, I'm sure you wouldn't have been disappointed with this game. The game monitors fuel and tires, so you'll have to do pit stops in order to complete levels. And again, if you're trying to complete the N64 Complete in Box library, Monaco Grand Prix is one you want to try to get knocked out, because it can be pretty difficult to find. And that game puts the library up at $30. Next up, we have International Superstar Soccer 2000. Now this game was a little bit more pricey, and another one I wanted to get knocked out quick. International Superstar Soccer 2000 cost me $100. And when finding this game, you want to make sure you get the English version. There's 2 versions. There's the Spanish version, which has Spanish text on the back of the box, and the English version, which has English writing on the back of the box. Other than that, the boxes look pretty close, so you want to make sure that you're buying the right one when getting this game. So I'm glad I have the experience of putting this collection together twice before, so I know what games to look for up front. And International Superstar Soccer 2000 is definitely another title that you want to get knocked out fast. International Superstar Soccer 2000 was published by Konami and released for the N64 in North America in August of 2000. ISS 2000 used the names of real soccer players in the game, the only one in the International Superstar Soccer series. There were 3 International Superstar Soccer games: International Superstar Soccer 98, International Superstar Soccer 64, and International Superstar Soccer 2000. And International Superstar Soccer 2000 is the rarest one out of the 3. So here is the second game in the collection, and at $100 that puts us up to $130 total for the Complete in Box N64 library, and we're only at 2 games. Next up is another game that's not hard to find necessarily, but hard to find in good condition, and that game is Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Now I got really lucky with this copy. I just happened to hop on eBay and was looking through some games that were just listed, and I saw that game Complete in Box for $20, buy it now, free shipping. And I was like, what? Immediately bought it. I didn't look at the seller's feedback or anything. And later on, after I purchased it, I realized that that particular seller was listing a lot of Complete in Box games for $20 starting auction, free shipping. So I think he had made a mistake and set that one for a buy it now price, because the condition that that box is in and for $20 was an absolute steal in today's market. I'm really happy to have knocked that one out early and in such good condition. Hercules was developed by Titus and released for the Nintendo 64 in October of 2000. When you start up the game, a lot of the sounds sound like you're playing a Zelda game, specifically Ocarina of Time. You can hear the roosters crowing and the cows mooing. And the game is actually a lot like Zelda. There's puzzles you gotta figure out, tasks you gotta do. The controls in this game are really bad, but if you can get past the controls, it might not be so bad of a game. I actually plan on going back and playing it a little bit more and getting more into it later on. And with Hercules Complete in Box coming in at $20, that puts us up to a total of $150 for the Complete in Box N64 collection. Next up is one of my favorites from my teenage years, and that game is California Speed. This game cost me $15 shipped, and it's complete in box, including the little poster that comes with it. One side had Rampage 2 on it. The other side had a blonde girl on it. So much for keeping both hands on the wheel. California Speed was originally an arcade game, and it was ported to the Nintendo 64 in 1999 by Midway Games. This is a game I have a lot of memories with. Although the game doesn't hold up as well today, I remember spending hours and hours during a summer vacation playing this game. The younger me thought it was so amazing how you could change the color of your car, the rims you had on the car. You could drive through golf courses, malls. It was completely awesome. I went back and played through it today, and it didn't satisfy me as much as it used to, but this game definitely left some good memories. This game cost me $15 shipped, and that brings our total to $165 for the 4 games. I'm just taking my own advice. Next up we have Chameleon Twist 2, complete in box for the N64. This game is retarded to find, complete in box. Not only complete in box, I remember the first time I was collecting card only, I couldn't find this game at any game store. It's not incredibly rare, it just seems to always evade me. Chameleon Twist 2 was published by Sunsoft and released in North America for the Nintendo 64 in March of 1999. Chameleon Twist 2 is a pretty fun platforming game. You use your tongue to stick to things, defeat enemies, launch enemies, or travel to other platforms. I haven't got too far into the game, but this is definitely a game I want to come back to and try to beat. From my experience, Chameleon Twist 2 doesn't show up very often. So if you have a chance to get it complete in box, I'd highly suggest grabbing it at your soonest opportunity. It's fun, and people usually ask ridiculous prices for it complete in box. I was lucky enough to find mine for $85 complete in box, which brings our total up to $250. $85 for a Chameleon Twist 2 is a pretty good price in today's market. Alright, next up I have some boxes. Some are boxes with manuals, but there's no games in these. And these I made various trades for, mostly from one person. And I have about $80 total in the trades for these empty boxes. I'll talk about the games as I get them, but I'll show you what empty boxes I have. F1 World Grand Prix. This is a game I talked about earlier. That actually has the box and manual with all the other inserts. War Gods, box and manual. Star Wars, Episode 1 Racer. Top Gear Rally 2. Yoshi's Story. Pokemon Stadium Big Box. Now this is one I'm probably just going to end up selling and buying the entire thing complete in box, because it's going to be hard to find the insert, the manual, the game, and everything else that was included in this box. This is just an empty box. Aero Fighters Assault, Pokemon Stadium 2, Bust-A-Move 99, Mega Man 64. This box is in excellent condition. WCW NWO Revenge, Top Gear Hyperbike, Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' Exotica, Castlevania, WrestleMania 2000, WCW vs NWO World Tour, and finally Toy Story 2. With all these boxes, I have about $80 in trade value into them. So with $80 added to our total, that brings us up to $330. So let's put them up on the shelf. If you're interested in seeing how much a complete in box N64 library costs today, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm collecting all 296 right here on this show. I feel like we're off to a good start so far. Got some nice uncommon games knocked out of the way. I've got a lot nicer ones on the way. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like or a comment. It really helps the YouTube analytics. Until next time, I'm Wayne, and thanks for watching.